Hello everyone, welcome back to another part of the Make UI UX design. Today we're going to be adding two new features to our design. One will be an on-click event, that is how we can navigate from one page to another. And then we are going to be adding a shadow effect to our design, that is another section. Let's see how we can add a shadow effect to it. Now let's get right into it. Alright, so this is where we stop on the last part. So in order to add an on-click event, that is to navigate from one page to another, it means we have to have two pages or multiple pages. And as of this moment, we have just one page on our design, which means we need to create another page. But instead of we creating another page from scratch, all we are going to do is just duplicate this current page that we have. Then we'll see what we can do with it. Alright, so in order to duplicate the page, all you have to do is come down to desktop. You see this, make sure it's selected and click on Ctrl D. Ctrl D means duplicate. So we have two sections now. So this is desktop 1 and this is desktop 2. You can use any one, so I'll just let it go according to the flow. This is my desktop 1. This desktop 1 will mean this is the first one that we have, and this will be a second page. So what we want to do is that we're going to create an amenities page. Yeah, that's what we want to do. So we just edit the current setup that we have. We just edit the current design that we have to suit into what we want to do. And in order to do that, this is what we do. So remember, we had an overlay to this design, so we'll delete that. Once that is done, there's also an image here. So there are two things we can do. We can either remove the image or we create a different section from start. So let's look at it this way. So we have image here, so click on it. When you click on the image, you see you have upload from computer or make. Just come down to the first one that says solid. See, automatically we have the color. This is one of the color that we've been using before. Just click on it, yeah, and that part is done. And in order to now do that, well, we can't have it this long, so we are going to reduce the size, yeah, something like this. Then we'll move this text to the top. Then we have other text here. Move it to the top. So let's edit this and just write amenities. The amenities, then we'll put it at the center. Alignment, see, center, put it at the center. And we can just leave this experience luxury and transcriptly in our page paradise. We just leave this the way it is. So for the moment now, we don't need this book your stay here. So we're going to delete it. We don't need it for now. In this part, we don't need it. We don't need this. Yeah. So we have two pages now. So in order to now add an on-click event to move from one page to another, this is what we're going to do. So come down to prototype here. Come to prototype, and we have home. Click on home. Then all you have to do now is you see this point here, drag it and come to this point. You see, when you get here, on click to navigate to desktop 2. That is, once you click on home, oh sorry, there's a mistake there. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Control Z. So we wanted that we'll click on amenities, it takes us to this other page. So you see this plus here, then you drag it down to amenities, then on click navigate to desktop 2. The animation says instance, so we can add anything. So we want to just test it and see what we are talking about. So if we put on smart animate, you see that part is done. Alright, so another thing we're going to do now is that when we are now on the amenities page, we should be able to go back to the home page. So we come down to the home here, drag it, push it there too. So on click now, but this time around we will not add any animation, so you can see the difference instance. Oh, that's it. Now the same thing here, we have relaxation rule, though this is more like a duplicate. We have relaxation, we have home, we only need one, but just this is just a tutorial, we'll leave it that way. The same way, whether a user click on this home or they click on this relaxation, we have to should also take them to the home page. So I'm going to drag this as well, take it to this page, and the same thing, navigate to desktop 2. You can see. Alright, so that is done. All we have to do now, let's see whether what we did work. So we'll click on present. So let's it load, then we get to test it out to see whether what we just did now actually work or it did not work. So you can see, so let's go, you can press Z, that way you can use it to reduce the size, and this is the page we are in. Now when I click on home, can you see? I click on amenities, you see, you can see that there's a difference in the way it shows. Remember, one we use smart animate, one we use instant. So you can see here, immediately it takes us to that page, no animation, no nothing. But when I click on amenities, you see, so that's the animation that we had. That's just one of two things I want you to see. And when you take a look at it, all our over effect is still there. You see the sign, got that. When we click on this one too, you can see the color change. You see? Alright, so that's the first thing we are adding to our design. Let's do it again. Amenities, click on this home, the same thing, amenities, click on relaxation results. So that's how to add an on-click event. So the next thing we want to do is to add we're going to add a card, and then we add the over effect to it. Alright, so let's do that too. Alright, so we're going to come to shape here. Can you see shape here? We'll draw a shape, not something big, yeah, not something big. So we'll come from to this. Okay, so let's do this so we can see exactly what we want to do. So place is here. Okay, so once it's done, I'll take another shape, put it on top here, make sure they are of the same size. Alright, then I'll add an image here, click on it, come down to view, image, upload from computer. So I'll upload. Let's start with state of the art. Press open. Alright, can you see state of the art? Then we're going to add a text here. Let's just put a text that says state of the art. Alright, so let's edit this so that it fits in directly into the box. You're going to double click on the text, then on the right, on the bold, we don't want to be too bold, so let us pick medium, then reduce the font size to, okay, let's say 24 is cool. So then we'll place it at the center, so the text is at the center. Alright, so after doing that, the next thing we're going to do is make this whole thing a component. Yeah, but before then, let's add like a border to this edge here. So just give it a border radius of 5. Yeah, so you see, we add a small edge, you can see now. So now let's add, we're going to make this whole thing a component, so we can add a shadow effect to it. So on the left here, you see this rectangle. Look, let me click on, look at rectangle 6. which means this is rectangle 6, this is rectangle 5, and this is the text. So we're going to make all these a component. So you come on the left side, make sure you click on Control, press the rectangle 6, press the rectangle 5, and click. Right click. When you right click, you see create component. So click on create component. We've make it a component. Now once we make it a component, on the right sidebar we have component 2, and then you can see add variants. Click on add variants. So just say under the name you can just type in shadow or whatever name that you want. You can see we have it down here. Then you scroll down under effect, click on effect. Since it's just a shadow effect, you can just say under the blur, for it to be very visible so you can see what I'm talking about, we are going to increase the blur radius to like 20. Then this is the color. We're going to give it, make sure we give it a black color so that it shows when we over on it. You see, like that. Fine, cool. So that's what we want. So once that is now done, we come to prototype. You get prototype, you click on this, you see you have the plus, then you drag to this point here. So when you drag to this point, this is where you get to select exactly what you want. You see when we click on it, but it wants to be when we over. So we say while over, change to shadow 2. You see, and we didn't add any animation, so it will be instant. While over, we didn't add any animation, so it's going to be instant. Alright, so click enter there. Alright, so that is done. So the next thing we're going to do is on the left side there, you see where we have assets. Click on the assets. You see we have created one file. Click on it. This is the component that we just created, so we're going to drag it here. Once we drag it here, we're going to delete this part here. Let it be in design. Then we drag this part to this point here. Alright, so once that is done, let's look at it to see whether what we did actually worked. So let's take a look at it now. Let's take a look at it. Alright, so we use Z to reduce the size so you get to see. Alright, can you see? When I over on it, can you see the shadow? The shadow that we added. So that's how to add the shadow effect. Come down to the home, and then it is the user here. We have a shadow effect. Can you see? So that's how to add a shadow. If you let's just add 2 more to it, so it completes this whole point, this whole section here. So that's going to be really fast. Alright, so bring out the shape. See, the shape is the same size. Make sure it's the same size. Files. So we'll create another one here at the top. And can you see Figma automatically shows you that way you get to know if everything is the same size or it's not. So we're going to add a border radius. We use a corner radius of 5. Yeah. Then we are adding an image. If you come down to image here, upload from computer. So we use massage. Okay. Automatically we have the image here. Direct, you see massage. Then we type in a text that says massage. So automatically it inherits the settings that we have for the other one, same 24. Then we just drag this in here. Massage. Alright, so when we click on it, for us to know which component we added, this rectangle 5, can you see rectangle 6? When I click on rectangle 6, click on massage. So that's so all we have to do is make it a component, just like we did with the other one. Yeah, say create component. Yeah. So once that is done, we create components at the top. We have add variants. Click on add variants. You can use variant 2. You can use let's say variant 2. Yeah. So come down to effects, add an effect. Under this blur, click on it and let's give it a blur of 20. Under color, we're going to give it a black, so it's very visible. Yeah, so once that is done, we'll come down to prototype, click on this. We have okay, I think we made some mistake here. Let us undo the design. Let's undo. We have some errors here. Undo. Alright. So before we made the component, add variants. Let's say shadows. Yeah. And we add the effects that we want. A blur here. Make it a 20. Okay, select the black here. Yeah, so select this, then you come down to prototype. You see, yeah, then you drag it in here. So it should not be on while hovering. Change the shadows, animation will be instance. Yeah, so that's what we want. That's what I want. So we'll come down to assets here. This is the company we just created now, so we'll drag it here. Once we do that, we can delete the other one. We can delete this. I can drag this in. Alright, so let's just make one more, and the other one will make we won't have the shadow effect. We're going to add a stroke, so you get to see the difference there. So is the same thing. Height too, and you see that red dot, that's what shows us that the height are the same thing. Corner radius of 5. That's what we'll be using. Then we get another one here. Then under the fill here, click on the fill, then images, upload from computer, then we pick another image. Let's say pull open. So we have the pull image there directly. Yeah. So we're going to get the text, add the text here. Once I done with this, and see everything is aligned. Then under our file here, we have, you see, this is the first, the second, and the third. So we'll create a component from there. Click on Control, click on 6, click on 5, and then right click. You see create component. We've made it all a component directly. Then one variant, you say shadows. Yeah. So once that is done, so this time around we're going to add a stroke effect to it. So click on stroke. Yeah. So for the stroke, we're going to give it, let's use this color here. Yeah, this color. That's what we want. So when we over on it, we get to see some stroke effect. So come down to prototype. Say this plus here. We drag it to it. I say OnClick. While hovering, you see, just down to shadow, and that's exactly what we want. Alright, so we'll come back to design. So under assets, we'll see what we just created just now. We'll bring it here. Then the other one here, we don't need it. Then we delete. No. Then we delete. This is it. We don't need this one now. So we delete it. We use this. Alright, so let's prototype it. it's loading. Let it load so we get to see what we just did. See how it comes out. So we use Z to pick it. Alright. So we have it. We have this. We have this. Can you see the stroke effect? That's the stroke that shows at the corner here. You see? That's the stroke. It's just a very tiny one to use this. I want to go back to this. It's still there. Come to amenities. It shows. So all we just have to do is just increase balance this wheel to where it should be from this point here. Just balance it very well. You see, that's the space we are seeing there. So if we adjust this, alright, if you can just do that yourself. That's not the main point of what we want to do. The main point is the on-click event and the shadow effect and the stroke that we had added to the design on over, which is this. See, can you see the shadow? There's the shadow and that shadow. This shadow is much more thicker because there's a different, and then the color combinations, it's more darker. And then the stroke event that we had, can you see it's very tiny? See, and when we come click on home, it takes us back, and then it is, yeah. So this is how to add an on-click event. That's navigating from one page to another, and also adding a shadow and a stroke effect to our designs by creating a new section for it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, and drop your comment. If there's any video you want me to make, just indicate in the comment section, and I will do exactly just that. Until next time, bye bye.